So in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down how she has generated $1 million in a month by using her Instagram, YouTube, and her backend system. Okay? So the reason why she's getting a lot of followers is that her ability to speak with tonality, pure conviction, and confidence captures your attention right away. So you don't necessarily need to be the best in your niche, if you think about it, right? Because she's not the best in closing. But she talks like she's the best, right? She knows her stuff. Obviously she knows, but I'm just saying that she's not the best in her niche, right? But the thing is that if your audience think that you're very good at this thing, what you're selling, or if you sound like, that's all you need, man. Okay? And that's where she does extremely well. And that's why she's getting a lot of followers and trust from her audience, okay? So basically, she's selling a brand of girl boss. She's not selling her coaching program, right? Like, she's not promoting that shit at all. She's basically selling herself. And also, she leaning into biggest movement in 2025, which is feminist movement. So what she basically did was she found a bunch of people who are not served and just start serving. That's so brilliant, okay? And like I said, the reason why people are buying her product is that she's selling herself, right? So she sells you on the lifestyle, beliefs, and wanting to be like her. Okay, I'm gonna use the example of an airplane company. If you think about it, bro, air company would never sell the actual tickets. They sell the feeling of being in summer. For example, they sell the feeling of being in Hawaii, you know, having cocktail, talking with your friends, you know, having fun, right? Vacation vibe. That's what they sell. So that's what she's doing as well, right? She's selling herself, her lifestyle beliefs, right? This is how she is getting all the leads and convert into actual paying clients. In her Instagram, she gets a lot of attention. She has 960K followers. Actually, she is, I think, over 1 million followers right now. Like, Shelby Sup. Yeah, 1 million followers. Shout out to Shelby Sup, man. She's the GOAT. So in her bio, there's female sales trainer, #1 large sales academy for women. She sells academy, next live sales training, etc. Right? This shows when is next webinar is, and also in highlights, she shows student wins, so she gains trust from student results. More students' results, more testimonials, more proof you have, the better, more trust you can get from your clients, because once they see that, they understand they can do the same to the others, right? So they understand that if she can do the same thing to the others, why not me, right? That's the psychology behind it, okay? And in biology, I said biology, my fault, bro. It's actually bio, okay? In her bio, it's based on 3 things: credibility, proof, audience, target, and CTA. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into her reels, okay? In order for somebody to buy your stuff, they have to first know your product and like your product and trust your product, right? Okay? So they have to know who you are. I mean, they have to know that you exist, first of all. If they don't know that you exist, obviously they're not gonna buy your shit, okay? So know and like and trust. So these three types of videos, all right, completes these 3 categories. So let's go ahead from 7-second video, viral videos. Here, what she's doing is to let people know who she is, right? So she's letting her audience or strangers know who she is, that she exists actually. In her sales advice, right, she's getting trust. She's getting a tons of trust because she's giving a lot of tips, valuable stuff, right? And her lifestyle talking videos, she often shares her background story. She used to be a typical party girl, and by her sharing this story, people can relate with her, right? So they're gonna like her. What she basically showing is that there's no big difference between her audience and her. Only difference there is that she took an action. That's it. That's all what she's saying, right? So from lifestyle talking video, she's making her audience like her more and more. At the end of every videos, there's comment CTA. So it tells her audience that there's webinar, and she calls masterclass, but webinar, and she nurtures them with many chat automation to the webinars. And I'm gonna be breaking down how she's running, okay? Okay, story is the most underrated thing that you can do. The goal is to get warm leads into DM conversion through a CTA using stories. The type of stories that she posts is student results, lifestyle, webinar info, her story, activities she does, breaking beliefs, okay? By her doing this, she educates audience. She educates her audience, right? And all of them are value, right? So she gives value. And when she want to launch webinar, right? She puts CTA, and she converts all the traffic that came through her Reels or through her YouTube, I'm gonna be explaining later on, into webinar. That's so brilliant, because once somebody clicks here, they're gonna watch her story, right? And if there is more CTA than value, you look too salesy, and they think that you're just another online guru who want to make money. So what you want to do is give out too much value that they feel bad to say no to your CTA. So people feel like they have to respond to CTA. They're in value debt, what I call value debt, right? So you give them too much value that they want to engage with you. That's how you want to make them feel like, okay? And if you do all those steps, okay, closing becomes absolutely easy. This is the reason, okay? Your followers already trust you as who you are, and since you give them too much value, a lot of value, tons of value, okay? Collection of leads used to send message to multiple people at once, but it turns out to this. It's customizable, and you can DM each individual person. And they already trust you, so the response rate will be much higher. And this is the exact story formula that she's using. She used hook, story, value, and proof with CTA, okay? So for example, let me think. So hook, she used her, let's say one of her students that who is in She Sells Academy, right? She made 50K a month by doing what I do, and she used to be where you were or where you guys are right now, college typical party girl, and but she used this one thing to change her life, put her proof. This is exactly what she made in this month. And if you want to learn same system that I implement for her, come to this webinar and I'm going to teach you everything, or something like that, It's, based on a very structured story sequence, and it's very brilliant, okay? And let's go ahead and get into YouTube that you guys been waiting for, because YouTube is the most leveraged thing you can do, bro. Remember this, this is the most leveraged thing you can do, okay? But she's not actually using a lot. If she started posting 3 times in a week, or whatever that is, right? She'll add at least 200K a month, for sure, because in YouTube, right, you can make every viewer into actual paying clients if you want. I want you to think about it, bro. When you watch YouTube videos, you have your actual intent to click this this certain video and watch it. And this isn't like Instagram Reels, because for Instagram Reels, it just comes based on your algorithm, right? So once you watch the video, certain video, you have your actual intent to watch it. And also, there's 7-11-4 rules behind the psychology. This is psychology behind. And according to Google, right? 7 hours of content, 11 interactions, 4 locations, meaning people usually need to spend meaningful time with you across multiple channels before trusting you enough to buy. Only YouTube, it fills these categories, right? And these are the type of videos that she's making. She's making value-based content, lifestyle lifestyle-based videos, and breaking limiting beliefs. From value-based content, she get trust from her audience, right? And from lifestyle content, she, they get authority because she already live in a life that her audience wants to live. That often gets her their authority, right? And this is one of the most underrated part, breaking limiting beliefs. In order for somebody to buy your products, right? You want to get rid of the limiting beliefs that they have. If you're able to do this, you can make them buy anything, any of your products. It'll be so easier, okay? So, in summary, right? This is how her funnel looks like, top, middle, close. And I'll be going through bottom funnel. I'll be going, bro, my handwriting is so bad. Look, I can't even write with this, to be honest. And middle funnel, MOF, top funnel. So top funnel, it was based on mainly she used IG, right? And she nurtures into YouTube and story, Instagram story sequence, okay? Into webinar. Okay, webinar. And I'm gonna be getting into webinar funnel. Like I explained, there's traffic from Instagram, right? Traffic, and they're gonna lead them into landing page. It's gonna be opt-in page. This is where they get their information and run email sequences, right? And nurture them to webinar, pitch them, and close. That's how exactly her funnel works, okay? And this is how a landing page looks like. Here it says, by just setting the time, it encourages emergency. Should I stop writing, actually? Yeah, I should stop writing. Like, my handwriting is so ass. Okay, and here it says, bro, can I draw a fucking straight line? Okay. How to sell into high ticket sales with ShelbySap, okay? Obviously, she's selling her stuff, so she's saying ShelbySap, and here's the date, and here is what's included, what you're gonna learn if you join the masterclass, and this shows qualification. So she lets only qualified audience get into her webinar, and she introduced herself here, and here another CTA at the end. And then here's opt-in pop-up. So if you go to her landing page, there's gonna be an opt-in pop-up, right? So here is where she gets your information, name, email, and number. I'm gonna be putting my number because you guys might, spam me. I'm famous, so yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not famous at all. But yeah, so post opt-in funnel, like once you fill up everything and save your spot, there's gonna be, you're gonna see this screen. Basically, it explains taking the first, like, congratulate you on taking the first step, and make sure to take 1 hour of your day for the webinar. Pay close attention and bring pen and paper. You can ask questions. It will change your life. And what will be about, don't miss it. Add event to the calendar. Check your calendar emails for important updates. And the goal of doing this is to make the leads actually show up to the webinar, to educate them so that it will be easy to close, okay? And here's the backend email sequences works. So once you see this, right, she's gonna send you confirmation email with positive and excited tone in about like 6-7, fuck me, bro, fucking 5 minutes. My bad, guys. It was so bad. Okay. And it's gonna be a reminder like 3 to 1 day before the webinar, right? And right before the webinar, 3 hours, 1 hour, 5 minutes, it's gonna be reminder with CTA to go join the webinar. Yeah, I gotta stop writing shit. And this is how the converting works. So the goal of whole webinar is to convert interest leads into actual paying clients that can't wait to pay. And I haven't actually participated, her webinar, but this is actually what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna offer them mid-ticket offer, right, first, that includes one-on-one coach, whole community on supportive women. And what I would do is to redirect to book a call to see if they are a good fit. And I'm gonna frame this as Q&A call, and I'm gonna upsell this. And this exact system is what Colonel Mason, who is selling, copywriting offer, is doing. And he had generated, I think, 500K a month. So yeah, it actually works, right? I'm gonna, set the book a call section, and I'm gonna put application, right? Fully qualified version, because she doesn't want unqualified audience, okay? So example of the question is time commitment. If they actually gonna commit their time to dedicate in this program, and what's their desired outcome, what are they struggling with, what's the personal commitment, contact info, current income, and budget. Here is where they qualified, right? Qualified. And if they filled out the form but they didn't book a call, they're gonna be added to CRM. CRM is basically where they save, their audience information, okay? And after that, her setter hit them with email and SMS, WhatsApp sequence. They'll still get a valuable info through email sequence in your info, right? And also they'll still watch her reels, this viral like used for reels and YouTube. So they still get nurtured by her audience, by her contents every single day, right? So if they book a call through calendar link, they call every lead to qualify them, okay? And after booking a call, they're gonna send you either email sequence or SMS to sharing, in order for sharing sales assets, and ask for confirmation, manual reminders, to make sure them to put the meeting into their calendar so they don't forget, and sales calls happen, right? And sales call happen. This is how it actually gonna work. If they don't show up, setter or closer will follow up, because since they get a phone number from qualification type form, they can just reach out anytime, right? And if they show up but did not close, they're gonna continue sharing sales asset and resource over and over. Okay, that's gonna make them touch point, so that the likelihood of them to buy her stuff will increase. Okay, and if they close, just cash correct it. Money. If they close, just money, man. And there's one thing I forgot to add it. So convert section. This shows price and sales. This shows sales skill level. Obviously, more price increases, more the value includes in the actual coaching program, right? So mid-ticket offer, if they want to upsell to another level, they're gonna add group call placement, or something that stands out from all the other competitors. And also if they want to upsell more, as a session, right? This means that one-on-one, or how to go? Why did I forget this shit? I've been talking for like 20 minutes consistently. So I just forgot the word. Oh, mastermind. I don't know why I forget this, but mastermind, okay? They're gonna add it to mastermind. They can participate to mastermind, so they can actually feel that they are in part of our life, okay? So that's basically how it works, everything that I went through. It was quick, so if you wanna go over it, just start from the beginning. And if you want me to implement the exact system that she has used to generate 1 million a month, reach out to me to Instagram. My Instagram link is in my YouTube profile. Since I couldn't add the link to description, I don't know why, I put my calendar link as well in my YouTube profile. So go click my icon and go there. And thanks for watching, and it really means the world to me. All right, I'm gonna see you guys next video. Peace.